Hey, what's up, everybody? Well, week two, week two of the NFL season, almost over. Um, we got the Monday night game coming, but we had a real entertaining day, capped off with the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks tonight, man. Seahawks end up winning the game 30-35, but I'll tell you, for me, thinking that the Seahawks is going to be the team to represent, you know, in the Super Bowl for the NFC, and I feel like they're going to end up having the offensive and defensive player of the year on their team. Jamal Adams on the defense, newly acquired Jamal Adams, and Russell Wilson for the offense. He's already out to a crazy start. I believe he's like up to 9 touchdowns already for the season, maybe one interception. But with that being said, I feel like New England took them, gave them all they can handle. Hey, what's up, man? I feel like New England gave them all they can handle. Took them down to the wire. Cam Newton, man. I mean, I don't know what more I can say, man. Cam is just Cam's out there doing it, man. Cam's out there. I don't think nobody expected Cam Newton to play as well as he's playing right now. Nobody. Um, Nobody but him. Nobody but him. He took the deal. He took a low deal, incentive laden deal. But he bet on himself, so he's hoping he. By the way, he already has 4 rushing touchdowns, and I forget how many passing. I'll get to that in a minute. I believe, maybe 2 or 3 passing, but he's definitely up to 4 rushing touchdowns on the season, and some big runs to move the chains. And to be honest, Cam Newton controlled the game just as much as Russell Wilson did. But Cam's a former MVP. I still can't believe Russell Wilson don't got an MVP. That's a regular season MVP yet. But it's looking like this is the year because, wow. But I mean, Cam controlled the game. He controlled the game. 11 carries for 47 yards, 2 touchdowns, 397 passing yards. As opposed to last week, he was, I believe, 175, something like that, last week. So he had to throw the ball to compete today with a great defense and a great team. He threw the ball and he pretty much controlled the game, and he had the ball in his hands on the 1 yard line with a chance to win right at the buzzer. Down, what 3 seconds left. Great goal line stands by Seattle, which is what they're known for. And when it's coming down to that, Seattle's strength versus which is their defense versus another team's offense. You know, big play, big stakes on the line. I'm pretty much gonna say Seattle's defense more times than not is gonna come up with that big play, a big stop, um, turnover, what have you. I mean, that's a solid team and a solid organization that Pete Carroll built over there. Um, and obviously Bill Belichick, what he built in New England is historical. Like we never seen nothing like that on a 20-year run. You know, um, but over the years, the last few years, Seattle and New England has some crazy battles, and this is just another one. that went down to the wire. Two rough, gritty teams. Well coached. They both execute well. And Seattle was the better team tonight. So, with that being said, they move on. And the what is it, the Brady versus Belichick thing, they're both tied up. They both 1-1 after 2 weeks. We gotta get rid of that. We gotta stop doing that as people watching the game, fans watching the game. We gotta get out of that because now they gotta move on. They gotta move on and not worry about each other, and we got to stop worrying about them too. Obviously watch it close, see how it plays out, and for the sake of being fans, that's gonna happen. But Brady went down. Well, actually Carolina went down to Tampa Bay today, and Tom Brady got a win, man. 31-17, and they was up pretty big. They was up 21-0. Brady throws an interception. So now this is 4 games in a row for Tom Brady throwing an interception. I don't know if teams is getting hip to reading him. And I mean, he hasn't played a lot of NFC. Well, he probably played against every team and probably beat every team. But now these guys are like, these guys are younger and they don't really got the same respect as guys that was in the league 13 14 years ago when Tom Brady was young and he was out there like going hard. But dudes is figuring them out, and obviously he's 43, so he's slowing down, and he can see it, and maybe don't got the pop on his arm no more. But he's throwing a good amount of interceptions, especially the last year or so, and the last 4 games he's been picked off. But Christian McCaffrey left the game also, which was big. He left that game, and could be that the last couple of years, all the workload, the carries, the pounding, the punishment, because he's not a particularly big dude like Leonard Fournette and Derrick Henry and those guys. So he's not like a banger and a bruiser. So I believe it's catching up with him a little, and then you got to think like that's what happened to Cam. That's what happened to Cam. So now as you see it happening to Christian McCaffrey, a lot of contact, a lot of wear and tear, and because you got to think he's the leader rusher, he carries the ball a lot, and then on top of that, if I'm not mistaken, he's top 1 or 2 receiving. So he's taking double the punishment of a lot of people in the league, and it's starting to catch up with him. Starting to catch up with him. So hopefully Teddy Bridgewater being there, being healthy, they can spread the ball out a little more, take a little bit of workload off of Christian McCaffrey, so he can extend his seasons, extend his career, and so that way, if it is a stretch run, he'll be healthy down the stretch. But Tampa Bay came up big today with the win, 31-17. Man, I'm hyped up because I'm a Steelers fan. Like, I'm hyped up, and I mean, like I said before, this looking like a championship defense, not team, not team. Steelers look like a championship defense right now. just another day, you know, sacking the quarterback, getting turnovers, you know, pressuring. They actually injured Drew Lock today. So, and it was early in the game. It was early in the game, and he was he was getting a groove. He was getting in the groove of the game, but the Pittsburgh, they led the league in sacks last year and takeaways, and they just picking up where they left off this year. Now they're picking up with Ben Roethlisberger being there, and now in turn Juju Smith-Schuster is playing a lot better, and they get a lot out of the running game. So they had a 100-yard rusher last week, Benny Snell Jr. Then this week James Conner had 100 yards. So it's coming together well. Big Ben had 311 yards, 2 touchdowns. He costly interception. Had plenty of time in the pocket. Should have just thrown the ball away. You know, he tried to do his usual, what he used to be good at back in the day, make something out of nothing. But you know, I would, for him now with a defense like that, field position is going to be a major role in the season. So I would say, you know, don't turn the ball over when you don't have to. If you're not down or if you're not rushing, trying to do too much, it's putting the defense back against the wall. And they just came off the field. Now they got to go right back from a turnover. When they saved you a couple times, Juju Smith-Schuster said it today. You know, he thanked them for bailing him out, and and Denver brought it to him. Although the starting quarterback went out, in comes Jake Driscoll, and he played very well, 256 yards and 2 touchdowns. You know, so he was sacked 6 times. You know, but hit and pressured, you know, throughout the game. But he settled in. He settled in real good, and he handled that pressure well. And you know, he moved them down the field, got them to where they needed to be. It was just like the game ended with a sack. I mean, just like after a while, that pressure gets to you and it forces mistakes. And he didn't make many mistakes, to be honest. He played a great game. He played a hell of a game. And I don't know that if they weren't so high on Drew Lock, and he can perform. He's a good quarterback. He's a good young quarterback. But if they wasn't so high on him, I don't know if he will be able to come back from, you know, what happened today. Come back from the injury. I don't know if he would just step right in and be the starter. You know, because Driscoll played great, and he handled the pressure. He was poised in the pocket, man. I mean, not too much that he did do wrong. You know, not too much that he did do wrong. He had a turnover, but like I said, that canceled out because Pittsburgh had a turnover. So, you know, it's like a one thing, like a one up, like a one thing led to another type of deal. But I want to get to something to me that's just like, not because I don't like the Cowboys, but um the Atlanta Falcons, something got to be done. Something got to be. They blew a lead today. They blew a lead. They blew a lead today, and I mean, it was just crazy. I mean, Matt Ryan, 273 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. And I don't even think they had a turnover. And they lost the game to the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott played great. 450 yards. He had a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 89 yards. He had a touchdown. Dak Prescott ran for 3 touchdowns. Ran for 3. Like, I mean, he played ball. He played ball today. But I mean, I don't understand how they lose this game without a turnover. I mean, and it had to be flashbacks of the Super Bowl. And Dallas had 4 fumbles, down by 20 points, and they came back and won. I don't think I ever seen nothing like that in my life, man. I don't think I seen nothing like that in my life. It's great. Like, if the Mr. Blank don't make a bunch of changes, everybody should just walk out. They should just walk out on each other. Like, that was crazy, man. I'm not even understanding how that could even happen. I mean, you watching the game and it's just like every clip, every game break that they show from another game is Atlanta scoring. And then the craziest game break is you see Dallas kicking the game winning field goal. Whew. That was tough. That was tough. They needed it. Don't get me wrong. They needed it. Dallas really needed that game because an 0-2 start, you get rid of your coach, Jason Garrett, and I mean, because really, Dallas, the last couple disappointing seasons, it's not on Jason Garrett. I mean, right now, people can see that it's not on Jason Garrett. Uh, they just don't perform well. So I don't know if I'm well. Not even can't even say that because they performed great. They just couldn't close it out. Um, so I don't know. I don't know if they want to. I mean, you can't put it on Matt Ryan because he played decent. The wide receiver Julio Jones short armed the pass that definitely should have been a touchdown. If not a touchdown, at least a 40-yard completion. He looked the ball all the way in, and it's just like he just pulled his hands back before the ball. He pulled his arms back before the ball touched his hands, and I don't know, man. That was just like wow. That was an unbelievable comeback. One, let's not take nothing from Dallas. Salute to the Cowboys for coming back, but something got to be done in Atlanta. I mean, they got to change the culture. You can't just keep giving away 20+ point leads in huge games. This would have turned your season around. You know, this would have turned the season around. Now they're 0-2. And that would have put Dallas in a hole. That would put Dallas in a big hole being 0-2. Now they're 1-1. And you know, they can move on with confidence, you know, to their next game. And in terrible news for the Giants, Saquon Barkley is looking like a torn ACL. There was a couple of those today from big time players, but it's looking like Saquon Barkley got an ACL injury. And that happened early too, man. It happened like in the first quarter. He went down holding his knee, and they took him out, and I believe it was announced that it was an ACL injury. So because because it was a non-contact, if I'm not mistaken. It was a non-contact. No, actually, it was that play on the sideline. It was that play on the sideline. He's running the ball, got tackled on the sideline, and there was a penalty on that play also. He was running the ball, yeah, got tackled on the sideline, and boom, and that was it. And he just down holding his knee, and you could tell on the way out, he was disappointed. He's disappointed, man. They all. He's a young dude, and then especially with everything they've been through this year, to go out with an injury like that is tough. It's real tough, and the team played well after he left. So that's a game where his big playability would have definitely, if not made the big play, for sure, it would have been a decoy for to make something happen. And the defense, wherever he is on the field, you got to focus on Saquon Barkley. So that would have actually helped them a lot. And they only ended up losing the game 17-13. So they didn't really play that bad, and Daniel Jones been playing great. So he's gonna be the quarterback there for a long time, and just hopefully Saquon, he can get back from this injury, start, because this season's over for him. Usually an ACL is it. So, this will be it for him for the year. Hopefully he can come back next year with the same explosiveness and, same big playability. But yeah, man, it's a sad thing to see, especially from a young guy like that, man. So we got Christian McCaffrey down, and we don't know the extent of his injury, and we got Saquon Barkley out, and his is looking like an ACL, so he's probably gonna be out for the year. And like these injuries, a lot of these injuries too is coming from not having a preseason. You know, um, guys' timing is off. I mean, they kept in shape best they could, and shortened training camp. You can basically call that a mini camp. Um, it's it's taking a toll, but for the most part, everybody's good. But it's taking a toll on guys that got to do a lot of running, like the running backs and some receivers, and the bigger guys like the defensive players, defensive ends, and you know it's taking a toll on them not having because their body is used to you know 3 months of preparation for a grueling season, and they haven't they wasn't able to get that this year due to COVID and the pandemic and things like that. So they wasn't able to get what they usually get. But we'll slide on to the Washington football team versus the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona is a pleasant surprise this year. I listen. I wasn't high on Kyler Murray, not because of the size or nothing like that. I just, excuse me, I just wasn't high on him because of when you look at Oklahoma, it's a it's a system where whoever that quarterback is always going to succeed. You know, um, that quarterback's always going to succeed on that level because his team is better than 8 out of the 10 teams that they play, or 10 out of the 12, however many games they play. But their players are more dominant than 95% of their schedule. So their receivers are going to outrun the other team's defensive backs. Their offensive line is going to be able to manhandle the other team's defensive line where their running backs get off and the quarterbacks don't get touched and things of that nature. So I wasn't high on him, but great rookie season last year. He had a great rookie season last year. And this year he's starting it up, man. He's starting it up again. He got him 2-0. They got him a weapon. And he's 2-0. He's 2-0. So I gotta give him props. I gotta give him his credit. You know, he's 2-0. And DeAndre Hopkins is top 3. And it might not be 3. He might not be 3. So, I mean, 14 catches last week, coming off a huge contract. 8 more today. Got in the end zone. So, Kyler Murray, 91 rushing yards last week. And another 67 today and 2 more rushing touchdowns. So, he's getting more comfortable in the offense. And he's able to assert himself out there, and it's looking to me like he's hitting on all cylinders right now. I mean, I don't know if he's going to keep up, and which I think he will. I think he's going to keep up because I definitely don't think the system is good for him too. You know, his coach is tailor-made the offense, and he found his groove, and right now he's grooving and moving, man. And I don't see him, barring injury. I feel like Arizona will go about I feel like they can go 9-7. And you know, like I said, I didn't see it, but I can see it now. They gotta have things go their way. They gotta have a couple balls bounce their way, couple, you know, but they play fast on offense. They play fast, and on defense they play fast. Like right now, they look like a legit team. They look like a legit team right now. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if they'll keep this ball rolling like this, but right now, you know, Arizona, they're hot right now. They're hot right now, you know, and they're in a groove, and you know that's kind of what it is right now. You just like everybody's just ride, you know, you get a wave, you ride on it, you do what you do best, and right now, Kyler Murray mixing up the pass and the run with his running, like quarterback runs, you know, design quarterback runs, because his quickness is like, wow, if he's out there matched up 1-on-1, he can get to the spot, get out of bounds, or like today and last week, he can get to the spot and get an angle, and he can take it right to the house. So, you know, right now Arizona's looking like a real looking like a real contender right now. We're only 2 games in, but I'm looking at it. And the end is Washington, but they did come back and beat San Francisco. So, you know, bad team. I mean, I'm a good team. They had to come back and win. And a bad team, they did what they were supposed to do. They came out and they got the job done. You know, there was never any danger against Washington today. They came out, put them down and kept them down, and you know, moved on. The Kansas City Chiefs, on the other hand, they got an unexpected surprise. You know, from Justin Herbert, the rookie. out of Oregon. They got an unsuspected surprise. Tyrod Taylor was having chest pains in the warm up, and I think Justin Herbert said about 3 or 4 minutes before kickoff, coach come up, Anthony Lynn, hey man, you starting? And he's like, okay. And man, listen, Kansas City's pass rush is not Baltimore's pass rush, not Pittsburgh's pass rush, but not Seattle's pass rush. But it's a formidable pass rush, and they get the job done when they need to. They get pressure when they need to, and then they got Tyrann Mathieu on the back end. So plays get made out there, enough plays to win the Super Bowl. But Justin Herbert today, 22 for 33, 311 yards for a rookie that just got the starting nod 2 minutes before the game. Hey, look like him and Keenan Allen been playing together for 4, 5, 6 years. I don't know. Pat Mahomes is who he is, though. He didn't get $500 million for nothing. You know, he had to throw it a lot, though. He had to throw it a lot, and 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. He spread the ball around, and Tyreek Hill, man, what can you do? Patrick Mahomes led the team in rushing today. 21-yard. He had a 21-yard carry on a 3rd and 20. Imagine that, Patrick Mahomes coming off a dislocated kneecap, or I believe it was kneecap, or I believe it was a kneecap last season. So that being said, that tells you what he's all about. He's playing for that $500 million. But Tyreek Hill, 5 catches for 99 yards. Travis Kelce, 9 for 90. Both of them guys scored. Edwards-Helaire, 6 catches. So he's Patrick Mahomes, all right. He's gonna be fine. He is what he is. $500 million contract says it all. Justin Herbert might have got Tyrod Taylor a first-class ticket somewhere else. I don't know where he would go, where he would fit, but from the looks of this kid, I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be L.A. Chargers. I was about to say San Diego. I don't think it's gonna be L.A. So, last but not least, as much as I hate to say this, I think the Ravens is shooting for perfection, 15-1-ish, because I'm trying to figure out a weakness in the team. I don't see a chink in the armor for the Ravens, and I'm just being real. Like I said earlier, I'm a Pittsburgh fan, but I don't see a chink in the armor, man. Defense, offense, everything is sound. Special teams, kicking game. Lamar got the reigning MVP. And so they took it to Houston today. Like, I want to get through this. They took it to Houston today. It was 3-0, and at the end of the first, Houston scores 10 in the second quarter. Baltimore scores 17. And then they scored 13 more in the second half. And their defense just realistically just put the clamps down. And it wasn't even really bend, don't break. They just shut it down. And like, I like Deshaun Watson, but I don't know. I don't want to say it's a step back because O'Brien gave away DeAndre Hopkins. So I don't want to say it's a step back. It's kind of like a setup. It's kind of like a sabotage, you know? You got one of the top 3 quarterback prospects for the next 10, 12, 15 years, and you take away his best weapon. You know, I don't get it. I don't get it. And I mean, you gave him, you know, they got Brandon Cooks, but I don't. That's not DeAndre Hopkins. Like, we talking a bona fide game changer. If I'm not mistaken, the highest paid receiver in the league right now. That's not for nothing. You know, he got the dog in him. He can do it all. He does it all every game. So Bill O'Brien said he had too much control over the locker room, whatever that means. I don't get it. I mean, somebody that goes out every game, perform at the highest level, higher than everybody else, scoring touchdowns, making his team better, blocking in the run game, bringing up your young superstar quarterback. I mean, that's not a good influence in the locker room. I mean, what type of influence do you want in the locker room then? You want a veteran that don't talk or don't have a personality, or you know, I don't get it. Because I mean, he got to perform. He got a lot of adrenaline going. I mean, like I don't understand what Bill O'Brien wanted out of DeAndre Hopkins, and he went to some personal shit, but that ain't really got nothing to do with him. He is his coach. He's not his counselor. He's not his mentor, his psychology. You know what I'm saying? He's not none of those things. He's his coach. So his personal, you know, relationships, kids, mothers, and all that other stuff got nothing to do with him playing football because it's not affecting his play. So I mean, I don't see where he helped Deshaun Watson with that, and it's showing right now. It's showing because DeAndre Hopkins ain't backing down from Baltimore. It would have ended up the same, a loss, but you know he's not backing down from that. You know he want that. That's what he want, and I don't know. I think he did a lot of damage to to Deshaun Watson with that because DeAndre Hopkins is gone. He could care less. He's gone. So he's somewhere else getting the ball. 14 catches, got what 22 catches in 2 games. So hey, he could care less. You know, next week is gonna be huge. Next week's gonna be huge because hang on, let me get that schedule because if I'm not mistaken, I believe, let me grab that schedule. If I'm not mistaken, Kansas City at Baltimore. I just want to be sure. I just want to be clear. Houston at Pittsburgh. So Deshaun Watson could possibly go to 0-3. And the crazy thing is, Deshaun Watson getting matched up with Baltimore's defense, Pittsburgh's defense back to back. After they just lost a tough game, they lost the opening game. So right now it's like he's getting ran through the gauntlet right now, you know, and he don't got his number one gunner with him, you know. So I don't know. Good luck to him. I like him. I like Deshaun Watson, but they're gonna have to figure out something, to do to take some of the pressure off of him. I mean, it just is what it is. They're gonna have to do something to take some of the pressure off of him. You know. Um, Last but not least, in the NBA, we're gonna go over to the Western Conference Finals Game 2. The Lakers was up big. They looked like they was gonna run away with it like they did Game 1. And the Denver Nuggets, we call them the comeback kids this playoffs. Because that's what they've been doing. Coming back from 3-1 deficits, 17, 18, 19-point leads, and they was down big today, and they ended up coming back only for Anthony Davis to beat the buzzer. Get this. Run off a screen, catch and shoot three. Anthony Davis, 7-footer. And a couple times, LeBron drove to the rim and just didn't want no parts of the shot. Kicked it out. They kicking the ball around. Ball goes. Denver got to stop. They got to block. Jamal Murray blocked a shot. Couldn't save the ball from going out of bounds. So now the Lakers got the ball. And they run the play. They run the screen. And Mason Plumlee, instead of chasing, going through the screen, he's yelling for a switch. But the guy, it wasn't. It was Mason Plumlee's man. Anthony Davis was Plumlee's man, and he didn't go through the screen. And what happened. Young kids, don't be lazy. Get out there, fight through the screen if there's a screen. Don't be lazy, man. Jokic, he had 30. Jamal Murray, 25. Michael Porter Jr., he ended the game with 15. I don't get how they're using Michael Porter Jr. Like, he's making shots, man. Like, he's making shots. He don't play defense, and that's key. So if they say that, if you tell me that, then all right. But they need scoring. They need somebody to score the basketball. Michael Porter Jr. can score the ball, and he's just not getting the minutes. To me, I don't feel like he's getting the minutes he should be getting. I feel like he should be getting 30 minutes a game. Tonight he ended up with 20. Jamal Murray, 44. I don't know, man. Maybe, like I said, could be the defense. Maybe it's the rebounding, the tough. I don't know. Maybe the back is not right, but he's scoring the ball, man. Every time I see him, he's scoring the ball. He's making big shots. So now, they're down 2-0. 2-0, and let's just being real. Being down 2-0 to the Lakers is a lot different than being down 2-0 to the Jazz. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like the Lakers are gonna let that happen. I don't feel like the Lakers are gonna let that happen. But it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Yeah, man. So I don't know, man, but that's gonna be it for the night, guys. Man, I will talk to y'all on Tuesday. Maybe after the game tomorrow. Maybe after the Monday night game. Las Vegas and New Orleans. But if not, definitely Tuesday. All right, y'all. Have a good one.